Happy Friday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, coming to you live from the default location, detoured default route. Happy Steelers first preseason game day. In about 6.5 hours or so, the Pittsburgh Steelers will take the field in their first exhibition game against Atlanta, I do believe, at Heinz Field, at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. The offseason is over. The offseason is over, and I'm not going to act like I was in a bunch of misery while football was gone. I kept busy, quote unquote, things to do, blah, blah, blah. But more importantly, more and more, I follow these podcasts. And just about every day I'm looking at the podcast. I mean, I almost have to because they're in my subscription feed for Spotify. So when I go to bed at night, I'm looking at them. And then when I get off work, first thing I like to do, sit down and watch something fairly platonic as I eat my food. You know, nothing too political, nothing too socially enticing to get my juju up or anything. Nothing political, if you know what I'm saying. And not necessarily a drama, but, you know, just some good sports, you know, just nice, clean, basic, good old American sports. And during off season, there's not much to talk about. But it's up to these broadcasters, these podcasters, to, you know, think of something and make up something and, you know, keep us engaged. And a lot of times they admit it. They admit there ain't nothing going on. You know, they admit it ain't nothing going on. They just there to talk. But it's good to tune in and just while I eat and kind of mindlessly listen. But today, Steelers kick off the preseason. We'll see the boys dressed in their colors, lining up against another team, and not, as one of the podcasters said yesterday, he's tired of seeing black and black, black and gold, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow versus black and yellow. It's gonna be good to see another team color out there against them, and they get to actually go out and maybe hit somebody and do some stuff. But also too, it's kind of intriguing to me, but if you think about it, it is a professional football league. The training camp and the mini camps are relatively short considering what these men are going to go out there and do. Considering how much money they're paid and what they're going to go out there to do, performing in front of millions of people, you know, the strategies, the offenses, the schemes, the planning that goes into it. Everybody got to be on the same page pretty much. And it's only like maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks where they really, you know, are together. So I guess a lot of the impetus is for them to stay in shape. Don't come into camp out of shape or this or that. You know, keep your mind in the game. You know, you got time off. It's your off season. But obviously, it's not. Obviously, they got to keep their head there because it's not a lot of weeks before they be suiting up to play in that first game. And maybe it's quite possible that when you become a veteran, you probably don't even need training camp or mini camp. You know, if you're doing it right, keeping yourself in shape, doing this, doing that, maybe you already know what it's like to come in there for that first game and be ready. You can prepare yourself to be ready for the first game without OTAs and minicamp. So, you know, that's always interesting, I thought. That just might be the way that I look at practice. It may just be the way that I look at practice and how I understood practice from when I was playing to where I may have gotten practice wrong. I may have interpreted practice and thought practice was a lot more than what I thought it was and a lot less than what I thought it was. I didn't get it. I look back at my football days playing, and one thing I do often scrutinize about that is the times I didn't use, it wasn't in my mind to use practice as a learning time to learn how to move, how to get off blocks, how to make tackles. It just kind of thought it was like we're just going through the motions. And I didn't probably completely grasp why that this is an opportunity to learn and simulate real game situations. That's probably the best way to put it. I didn't know practice was a way to simulate real game situations and to use that time to get better. And not only that, get better, look better in front of the coaches. Look better in front of the coaching staff because they watching. You know, your enthusiasm, how much work you put in, how much you're trying, how much you dominate people, or how you go through your, you know, how bold, how strong and bold you look in practice. I never even, you know, that correlation kind of never hit me. But anyway, they come out tonight. Look like Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback, starting quarterback, even though they say Russell Wilson is the number one. There's going to be a lot of other players. It's rookies and positions we're going to try out. A lot of veterans aren't going to play because, again, I guess, you know, they're veterans. It's like no need for them to play. You know, they're in shape. They know what to do. They know how to be ready. So they're resting them. So it's just the first game. You know, it's just the first game. Not a lot rides on this game. Score don't matter. Win or lose don't matter. But it kind of sets a tone, and it gives us a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll get the first look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I might wait. Game comes on at 4. I don't get off until 7:50, 8 p.m. I might wait and then catch the replay because I got NFL Plus, the NFL Plus app. I subscribed, $49. I didn't get the premium NFL Plus. That's the one where you get the all 22, get the coach's angle of the whole game, of every play, of every game. You get the coach's angle from like 6 different cameras. And that's what, you know, that's what the big boys use. Get access to that. And the NFL app on my TV, it's kind of clunky yesterday. It does some weird things. I was thinking I may have to run it on my phone and then mirrorcast it to the TV. Because I was trying to just fast forward and rewind during the replay. And it was just super clunky. Locked up even one time. Crashed even one time, come to think about it. You really want to talk about it, the app crashed. So, that's that. But I'm prepared. I got an NFL Sunday ticket for the real games. Preseason games are on NFL Plus. So I'm ready. There it is. I keep showing this. I'm telling you. Oh, speaking of this, the trenches and everything. They I saw them laying tar in the one of the holes that they built. One of the places that they cut out and leveled. I saw them laying tar in it. For some reason, I was thinking they was gonna pour concrete in there. And I was like, wow, you know, they're gonna lay concrete in there. People are gonna be walking by writing their initials in it. They're gonna have to keep it, you know, locked up longer. But I was like, oh, they're using tar. So they just, you know, hot tar, hot asphalt, whatever that is. They're pouring that down. And I saw them, you know, filling the holes that they cut and level out with that. So it might not be that long. It might not be that long before things open back up. This lady here, I've been seeing this lady out here for years. I don't know quite exactly what she be doing out here, but she be like, I've been seeing her for a long time out here with her hair, you know, like that and stuff. So, I don't know if she's waiting on the bus or anything, but it seems like I always see her just hanging out by the bus stop, standing there. She don't look homeless. You know, she's like hanging out waiting on something. But anyway, so here we are on Hillview Park Avenue, I take that back. Very nice street. I call this a hidden gem, maybe just to kind of, you know, hype it up. See, there's an alley I could take. I've seen that alley when I walk my other way and I come up the main street. When I walk the other way, come up the main street, I've seen that alley looking back this way. Now I see what it looks like looking that way and where it leads to. And now out here, just nice, you know, quiet street. Got these high bushes. I'm in the shade, so it's nice and cool. It's really nice. It's, you know, serene kind of neighborhood. No sidewalks, whatever that means. I'll tell you one thing too, landscapers, oh my God. Landscapers, all you hear is gas-powered engines. From the blowers, to cutters, to lawnmowers. It's like constant. It's like everywhere you go, you're gonna hear a gas-powered blower at some point in your day. I mean, they be out here too. I'll say it. The Mexicans be out here. And they be working, they put in the work. They get it done. Much respect for their work. I don't know work ethic, but the way they handle their business, it seems like it's no nonsense, and they get it done. They come in and get it done, and they go to the next one. And on their way to the next one, they picking up cans. They picking up cans of recyclables to take to the recycling, you know. They're industrious and hardworking. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if they're immigrant or migrant or illegal, whatever. I don't think they're illegal. I think these are like maybe second, third generation, even who have mastered the game and perfected it and have established quote unquote legitimate businesses with, you know, legitimate business practices. And I don't think these are people just coming over the border and being put to work. I think these are people who have established themselves here and built something quote unquote respectable, for lack of a better word. You see this house over here being worked on. Huge house. Look how big that fucking house is. Who needs all that room? And if you're having that many kids and that many people in your family, my God, I wonder if that's like a multi-family house. It's Jesus. That's like a, look at them stairs. I can see the stairs inside there. My God. Look at the huge ceiling. It's like a freaking office building. It's so beautiful. Or big or huge or whatever word you want to call it. Look at this one. This one's nice too with the big, windows. And I wonder if that's a high ceiling or a second floor. Yeah, it's kind of nice. But anyway, so the Steelers take the field today. We'll get to see the offensive line. We'll get to see who starts where, what rookies are gonna play, wide receivers, defensive line. Get to see the coach on the sideline, et cetera, et cetera. Just to see it, Football is back, and with the offseason and the Steelers, there's a lot of optimistic talk if not optimism, for the moves we made, corrections we made on our team. And one thing being, listen to the podcast all off season and keeping up and hearing the beat writers. You listen to the beat writers, people who actually have passes to go into the, locker rooms, and they go to the practices. They have their own podcast, so they're like actually on the field, and they have, fairly official status. They have rules they have to abide by. Sometimes they can't, send video. Sometimes they can't comment. And one of the things is, there's a time in the practice or whatever where they can't comment on anything unless a player tells them or something. They could be at the, practice and say George Pickett does something or says something or something like that, or does a play. They're not allowed to comment on it unless George Pickens tells them something about it and stuff like that. And sometimes they're limited on what video they can show, stuff like that. But they're there, they're in the locker room. And a couple times, the people that I watch, I've seen them in other videos. I'll be watching one beat writer's podcast and see another one, of them on the field. And, Steel Curtain Network, Steelers Now, All Steelers Talk, Mike Drop, Steelers, terrible podcast. Alex Kazor is probably the best. Alex Kazor and Matt Williamson, those two, I like the way they cut it. I used to listen to DK, Pittsburgh Sports, but he can be more opinion. And sometimes I want opinion. Sometimes, I want opinion. Him and Ramon Foster have one. And theirs is kind of vanilla and generic and, not edgy, as opposed to the Steel Twins. Theirs is so unedgy, I don't even watch it. These two kids, they young. They gotta be young. Teens or early 20s. They be cussing and getting excited. You fucking what the fuck? Fire that motherfucker. Two white boys, twins. They're good though, they're good. They like the way they have their podcast set up nice. Graphics and the way it's shot and all that. And they do stuff, to make it they do broadcasty stuff to make it good. And they got a bunch of followers too. But sometimes I turn them on just to see, what the fuck, down there? What the fuck, fire him. Fire him, get his fucking, They say, what the fuck? I'm a Steelers fan, we gotta go through this. They get into it. So, Steel Twins, I remember, they're good. So there's a bunch of them I watched. Locked on Steelers, Chris Carter. I used to watch Deke, but he's starting to get a little socially and kind of opinion, and which is nothing wrong with it. He just basically says about his opinion, whereas Alex Kazor just gives facts or actual strategies. Alex Kazor is probably the purest of them. He'll drop his opinion every now and then. He'll say, well, I kind of like that, or I kind of don't, but that's about it. D could just come out, man, what's going on, And Arthur Moats, I used to listen to him, but I stopped because he talks too hip-hoppy and too slick and too, street, or not street, but cool. Homie, he don't be saying homie. Now the homies on Steel Curtain Network is probably one of my favorites. With Brian Anthony Davis. Can't stand his ass, but I love him. I mean, it's not that I can't stand him, it's corniness. He's deliberately corny. And it's something that you love to hate. And Jeff and who's it, Dave Schofield, and Jeff, I don't even know Jeff, I can't remember his last name, but he's like one of my favorites. Dude, those three, when those three do it, I like listening to them. And also on Steel Curtain Network, they have one called The Homies, and these are street talking cats. I say, because of yo, homie, come on now. we gotta come. We're not that bad, but that's the general, tone of the we're ready for them. We're ready for them. Come on. They bring some, what's it called? They bring some commentary and they bring some strategy and they bring some stuff in, but it's mixed in with that style of delivery. Also, Steelers Ride with Nick Harbaugh and the other dude who's always hosting Steelers Steelers Ride or something like that. Most of the time, he's he be in his car driving, and he shoots the podcast there. But he be talking to his boy, who's in the studio, and he kind of remotes in, and they kind of talk. It's pretty good. I mean, there's stuff out there. There's a lot out there. I guess I watch a lot of them, don't I? Now that I put it down like that, I guess I watch a lot of them. So, that's what we're looking forward to today. Steelers. I'm just walking. What time is it? What time I leave? I'm just walking. I'm not even sure where I'm going. I mean, I'm sure where I'm going. I'm not like keeping time or anything. In fact, when I'm walking now, I don't keep time. Or do I check and see how many steps I've taken anymore? Once I do my walk, I don't even check to see how many steps I get in. It's like I know. Once I do this, once I cut this here, once I get that completed, and I do this and I do that during the day, I don't even have to check it. So I don't. I just walk and get it done and get it taken care of. Even because I know what the number's gonna say. And then maybe at the end of the week or something. So let me just look back and see how I did. Sure enough, work week, 16,000 a day. And also I think I'm gonna have to go with the double walks on the weekend. That double walk on Sunday, I think really helped me out. Because I do want to eat. And also I'm thinking too, I gotta watch my portions, I think. I think I could be very mindful, more mindful of my portions in the evening. Even if I get up, I'm too close. Even if I get up and get more, start with less portions. Even if I get up and get more, just start with less portions and see how, I respond to that. If that's enough, I can stop, which would be good from there. But happy Friday, boys and girls. Happy Friday. Looks like I did it again. We're talking about 3-4 straight weeks without taking a day off. I was telling my mother yesterday, I guess it might be from gaining weight or being overweight, or I don't know why I was thinking I was sick or something, or recovering for something. But it feels like it's taking me months to get back to feeling this good. And I'm not even sure what that means, to be honest with you. I'm really not even sure what that means. Or how to even quantify what I was just saying. It's just, it feels like I've been working to get back to feeling this good, and it's taking me months to do it. It's like I can feel a time where I wasn't feeling 100%, and I feel that I've worked through that. I've gotten myself back in shape. Wow, I worked through that. And it could be for me able to run upstairs a little easier, get up and down a little easier, move around a little easier. I'm starting to feel the weight come off, maybe. And I'm full a little agile, you know, maybe my muscles are more responsive. I'm just talking crazy now. But something, there's definitely a change. I can definitely feel a change, and it feels good. It feels good, and I want to keep at it. Mr. Scale told me 213.8 today. That's probably the reason I came up. I started mentioning the portions because Wednesday Wednesday night, I think it was. Wednesday night, I think it was, when I got on the scale. This was after working in the office, and after not being with Mr. Scale for a day and a half, I got on the scale at night at 213.2, and that is low. That is ridiculously low. Then I ate, and I think I went to bed at like a 214.6 or something like that. Then I woke up the next morning at 213.2 or something. So I woke up Wednesday something. So it was 213.2 Thursday night, 213.6 yesterday morning, and 213.8 this morning. And those are good numbers, but I like for them to go down more than that and not up. So, you know, I may be, you know, sign waving, you know, going down, but going up then down, going up a little, down more, up a little, down more as my weight fluctuates. But the trend is that I'm losing weight. And it could be a bowel movement involved later. It could be this or that. Then if I just stay the course, that 213 number would drop, you know, naturally. Maybe it takes a few days or whatever, where you got it, like you maintain the same weight or hover over like a weight, then all of a sudden it'll just, you know, it'll drop. And that could show up later today or tomorrow or whatever. But the whole thing is, I'm doing good. I'm making progress. I can feel the progress. I can see the progress. Clothes fit better, feel better. Work has become easier. I'm not as sluggish. Getting up, getting out of bed. It's not as hard, because there was some days back during that time where I just couldn't do it. There were some days during those times where it came time to get up and do it, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I could have, because I'm Jeffery, I can do anything I want. But I really, 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 really did not want to do it. Let's put it that way. Well, I really, 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 really did not want to do it. And I didn't. So I felt like I couldn't, because when I put myself in front of the public feeling the way I was, it wasn't gonna do nothing good for them, nothing good for me, and surely probably nothing good for my work stature. So I was aware of that. I was aware of that. So if I walk, so I should come back. Well, yesterday I walked my normal route. My route, right? And I'm starting to see how the routes are so consistent and my walking times are very consistent. It's only like a few minutes off. It's like from the time I leave and I walk a certain distance over the years, it's like the same time. Very close, you know, a few minutes here, there. And what happened is I'm adjusting my start times and when I get up times, but maintaining the same walking path and distance. So I'll get back, like, I may get back at like 10:30 or 10:40, or like I did yesterday, because I'm getting up earlier, but I'm walking an older route, an older, shorter route. which is okay. I don't mind getting back earlier sometime. Take my time and just kind of relax, you know, and do what I gotta do. But right now I'm walking, and it seems like I'm gonna walk for close to 2 hours. So I should, at 100 steps a minute, I should come in at about 12,000 steps. But I don't think I will, but we'll see. Because this route is kind of it's the old route that I stopped going and I started going again. It's the old route with a detour, so it's a little different, but it's the same, kind of. But we'll see. I'll measure the steps when I get back home and see how many I get out of it and how long. It's like I got 4 minutes before I need to turn around. And actually, it's less than 4 minutes because I left a little bit after 9. So, because if I walk one way an hour, walk back an hour, I get back, you know, at that time. And I like to get back by 11, and I'm pushing that right now. I'm pushing it. But it might come down, it might come out, I'm gonna get right back at 11. I can tell, because I got like 4 minutes to go, and I only got like a minute walk left before I need to turn around. And I'll be a little bit extra. I'll save some time walking, which is double that time. Any minutes that I don't walk going away, you got to double that time. Coming to add it to, you know, your return time, because that's minutes you didn't walk one way and minutes you didn't walk the other. So it's like 2 times. It looks like I'm gonna get down here with like 3 minutes under the hour. So if I get down here, turn around at 57, then it takes me 57 more minutes to walk back. And going back, the walk back is a little shorter because coming back, I cut off some. So, should be good. So 9:57, made it here at 9:57. Woo! See how I turn around, simple as that. Walk all the way to Coldwater. 9:57, turn around. And if it's gonna take me less than 57 minutes because I left after 9. So I'll get back. How many steps should I have taken? Let's just say I got out of there at 9:04. Say I walked 53 minutes. That'd be 106. So I should about 10,600 steps. And I think that's what I ended up with. About 10,600, 10,500, 10,400. So that's about what we're looking at. And doing all this is before I even wake up, before I even start work, get 5 miles in, you know, 4 or 5 miles in. Feels good. Then doing work, I walk another 6,000. So I gotta keep moving, baby. I gotta keep moving. Anyhow, get y'all that view since the sun is behind me now. See, it's a nice little walk. This is the neighborhoods that I'm used to. I've grown used to this, and I probably don't even realize it. How used to this level of life or residence or whatever you call it, socioeconomic neighborhood. This is what I'm used to right here. Look how beautiful that is, see? Then to stop and think of where I grew up at, the street I grew up on. And not to put it down, not to put the street I grew up on down, because it was the best. Dewey Street was the best by far. You know, as kids, it was the best. But it's nothing like out here. And it's not supposed to be, and it wasn't meant to be. It's a different thing. It was a different thing in a different time. Different people, different culture, everything. And see these houses here, you see how spread out they are and how big they are. This is just a nice neighborhood. This is an upper neighborhood. This is definitely an upper class neighborhood. You can't even consider this one. You can't compare this one to Dewey Street. You can't compare that street to Dewey Street. This is almost like being in the park. This is almost like having them houses down in Mill Creek Park. That street. You know, those were like the mansions, the expensive mansions. So, the other street I walked on, where I was walking on, may be a better comparison, but even there, they built apartments. A lot of these residential streets have apartment buildings on them. So, you know what, street I grew on was all single family houses. So it was a different thing. Anyhow, happy Day, people. Yeah, I think I'm a wait for the replay. I'm gonna wait for the replay. And because yesterday when I got on scale, it went down to 210, 210.0. I left at 213.6 and I got down to 210.0 after walking yesterday. So, there's definitely a chance that my way to be lower. I could be under 209 today. But even if I am, I know I don't deserve it. Even if I am, I know I don't deserve it. And kind of don't want to be. Kind of don't want to be because I know if I am, I don't deserve it. I just got to watch my portions at night. That's what I'm going to start doing. Watching my portions at night. Because anything I put on my plate in that bowl, I eat. I eat it all. I'm going to eat until it's all gone. And it may be how much I put in there. That may be the satisfaction and not necessarily how much I'm eating. That might just be the satisfaction. The fact that I'm, eating, the satisfaction comes from finishing, not the amount or my belly or how my belly feels. Just finishing in my mind, what I got in front of me. So I'm gonna lower the portions. Anyhow, so we're gonna get twice, 2 times. For me and for the funk, and for every elementary particle that's ever existed in the atom, in this or in the universe that ever was, is, or will be, a totality of it all, theory of universe, hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.